One of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium. Not a lot of undefeated clubs left after 3 weeks, and we're going to have one fewer in a little bit. We're off in a battle of 3-0 teams. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25, but new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And into a sea of bodies he goes. They'll get about 3 out of it.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Dumped off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And they down this one right at the 25-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, Sunday. Here we go,
Now a give left side. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
Hey, let's go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
53.
Lone back gets the handoff. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. Before they run a play on 4th and 3, they decide to take a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. That's grabbed at the 10. He loses it on the hit! And they steal it back on the return. And Vegas takes it back for a touchdown! The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. They have him back there because of the incredible things that he can do on punt returns, Brock, but this time he winds up giving the other side their incredible moment.
That's right. As a returner, you've got to field that ball clean first, and then second, keep it secure the rest of the way. There's 10 dudes on that other side. Heck, maybe even 11 if you got a punter who likes to hit. And their sole mission is to separate you from the ball at full speed. And if they're lucky, well, they're lucky they can return it back to the house for 6.
Return starts at the 9. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
We're set.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Handoff now from the gun. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw, and he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. Finds him over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I love throwing on first down.
We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns tie and can take the lead here in the second. On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll take the lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready!
Here's the handoff. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Daytona!
Working quickly here.
You gonna sit down?
2nd and 8. Getting out to his left. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, that throw just got away from the quarterback a little bit. I'll tell you this. I do love the escapability. I mean, it is such a key in today's game of football, really at any level. Some tough circumstances, though, to try and complete that one down the field.
They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he's brought down for a loss.
Clock running.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9.
Hey, here we go.
They're going for this. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Hey, 55. Reset. Down and go.
He's got it on the bootleg. Headed out right. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete.
You know, Kate, it looked to me like this one, he leaves the pocket, and this is where you're out in the schoolyard, out on the playground, and you're looking for your buddy to find that connection. Unfortunately, receiver QB, they could not find the completion that time.
Out of the gun, here's Watson. And he has the Cleveland touchdown! The Browns grow the lead to 7. On is Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns grow their lead to 8. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
They've got a man in motion.
Sit up.
1st down, Smith to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Cover.
Offense up to the line fast.
Tuesday. Double set.
The give here on 2nd. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Stay on the ball.
A 9-yard rip on the ground there, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Raiders with 3rd and 5.
49, flip it off, 49. Run line.
Shotgun snap to Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Hey, here we go. 53. Check 58. Alert. Middle. Hey, we go, sit up.
Throwing is Smith. He finds him beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Double set. Hey, we go, sit up.
The running back gets it on the draw. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And the Browns pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Watson on 1st and 10. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Well, I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
Reset. 26. Hey, 59. Down, go.
Back to the air, Watson. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Elandon Roberts coming over for the hit.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He throws a bullet deep. That's complete inside the 35. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Forced out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Sticking to the air with Watson. Buys time, rolling right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Hey, alert. Reset. Down, go.
Working inside the red zone. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They're lining up on the doorstep, 2nd and goal from inside the 1. They give it to him up the middle. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Browns will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. This return starts at the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
Hey, alert. Here we go. Here we go,
Smith on first down. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throw. Big gain downfield. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... That's complete, inside the 35-yard line. He mixes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now the Raiders getting set for another 2-point conversion try. He's throwing for it. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert!
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Watson now off play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. The Raiders bringing out a couple extra defensive backs for 3rd down. They're in the dime. Wilson's got it. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Jadeveon Clowney on that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Alert! Reset! Alpha, go!
From the 39. Escapes the pocket. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Reset!
Working from the gun, Watson. Throw left side, complete. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Reset!
Running it now out of the gun. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
Reset!
From the gun, Watson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns push their lead further to start the half. The kick is good, and expect that to stand now. This flag appears to be the player who jumped early looking to block that kick. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Getting another shot at 2 here.
Reset!
And he's into the end zone for 2. That grows the lead to an even 2 touchdowns. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Trio left!
A give now from the gun. He does it! Touchdown! The Raiders shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. And the Raiders line up again to go for 2.
There we go, sit down.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for 2. That trims the lead just a little bit. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Starting from the 5. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Reset! Nine, I'm go!
Right up the gut. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
Reset! Nine, I'm go!
Back-to-back carries here. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Nine, I'm go!
They just get the play off. Looking to his fullback now. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that... After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
26. Out from the goal.
Plowing up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
24 and 55. Good set.
They're going for it. Here's Watson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
Good set.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
55. Good set.
Out of the gun, here's Watson. Tight end reels in the shallow throw.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Good set.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, and they go right back to him. Has some space inside the 15. Runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns now lead by 10. On is Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns drive their lead to 11. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. This return starts at the 5. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. Hey.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, on turbo, on
Moving
turbo.
quickly, trying to get set again.
Cover, cover. There goes it.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Daytona.
Working quickly here. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Good set. Line up, good.
Hand off to the back. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Good set. Line up.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
Good set.
Watson working in the pistol. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Raiders have some new life in the fourth. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Completed to his running back. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
Daytona.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. Now a big two-point try coming for these Raiders.
Ready.
Back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And they get the two-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Down a score, less than 45 seconds left. They know they need to get this back. And the Browns are on that one, so that should just about do it here.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Here's a give up the middle. And he has enough room to gain about 4. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Give now to the running back. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And their start to the season not cooling off by any